Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Good.
It's Wednesday for us right now. You're going to be seeing this next Thursday.
Yeah.
But it's Wednesday for us, and it's kind of a gray day outside. But guess what? We only have one more day after today.
That's right.
And then we get a long 4-day weekend.
Of course, the 4-day weekend will be over by the
Already
time you
be
see
passed. But right now,
So we
I'm
hope you
excited.
had a great time.
Yeah, I'm excited though, as you can tell.
Okay, so today we need you to really pay attention because we are going to introduce a new rhythm to you. This is not difficult, but we definitely need you to pay attention. Remind yourself that at any time you can stop it and go back to listen again to what we're saying. We're investing our time. We're expecting you to be watching these. So don't be asking for special time with us if you're not watching your videos.
Ooh,
Because that's our first question.
She
Have you
says what
watched
she
the video?
right.
All right, let's go. So, class, what is this called?
The meter signature.
And today's meter signature is?
4-4.
Top number tells us there are.
4 beats in a measure.
And the bottom number is going to tell us that the quarter note gets the beat. The quarter note gets the beat. That's right. The quarter note gets the beat. And that's enough. Word.
I don't do so well at that voice. You have to tell us what voice that was.
Yes, and I used that voice yesterday and I got 3 different answers, which I agreed with.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. It depends on where your head was at that moment. So, and it will be an insight into who you are.
Yeah.
As to how you answer. All right. We have a quarter note right off the bat, and it is tied to an eighth note.
Just one.
So this is worth 1 beat, and this eighth note is worth half a beat.
Not
So
one.
do that for me, half.
Half.
So we have 1 plus a half,
Half.
which means it is worth 1.5. It's going to sound like 1 and. Then we go straight into the next thing, which you know, and it sounds like this. 1 and 3 and a 4. Say it for me, go.
Oh, I didn't
Good.
say it for you.
That's
I hope
okay.
You got
I
that.
hope you did it. Let's try it one more time.
1 and 3 and a 4.
Good. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Now we have a really cool rhythm where we have got a single eighth note, then a quarter note, followed by a single eighth note. And when we see that, we call it something special. We call it syncopa. Say it for me, go. Syncopa. And syncopa is just an abbreviation for the longer word, which is syncopation. Very good. But you may have been taught syncopa in elementary school, which we hope you have. If not, we do know that we have taught it to you before. So we've got half a beat, then 1 full beat, and half a beat. So we've got 1 and. Say it for me, go. 1 and 3. Then we come across, we know what that is. 1 and a. Then we should just hear her clavis on that quarter rest. Pay attention now, this is the opposite of this. This is 3 and. So we've got 1 and a, 3 and 4. Then we're going to keep going and look at this last rhythm that starts on beat 3. We've got 1 quarter note tied to 1 eighth note. Hey, wait a minute. We did that right off the bat over here. So we're going to say the same thing with the exception that this starts on beat 3. So here it would be 3 and. Let's back up and say the whole measure. Measure 4. Ready? Here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and. Good. All right, I think we're ready to do this thing. All right, I am going to be pointing. You are going to be sitting tall, keeping the beat, and saying the rhythm. Ready and say.
1 and 3 and a 4, 1 and 3, 1 and a 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and.
How'd you do?
I love that part right
Oh, I
there.
do too.
That's
I like
fun.
it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So we're going to issue you a challenge now, which you shall accept. And that is that we are going to clap and say the rhythm, okay? Instead of just keeping the beat, your hands will match what you say. So we would say 1 and 3 and a 4, and then we would keep going, okay?
To the commons. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now that we're not distracted, remind yourself that we are going to be clapping what we say. Your hands will match what you say, all right? Ready? Here we go. 1 and 3 and a 4, 1 and 3, 1 and a 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and. Nicely done. I hope you understand. Now, we're going to show you something else.
Math time.
Math time. You told me this is worth 1 beat, and this is worth half a beat, right? Well, in music, we try to make things as shorthand as possible. So instead of writing with ties all the time, we're going to now show you what we do in the professional world of music. And I'm going to write it down here where you can be able to see it a little bit better. So I'm going to keep my quarter note, but instead of tying it to an 8th note, I'm going to replace this section with a dot. Just a dot. That is now called a dotted quarter note.
Dotted quarter note.
They name things so easily.
Yes.
So this is going to be 1, 1. Now, what did we say here when we were clapping and saying?
And.
So what we did say here was 1 and, right? So now we've got to say the and so down here, we're going to take that 8th note and we are going to give it a flag, okay? The flag is as if we have taken this apart and now this is joined together and this beam is going to come to the right side of the note.
Always to the right.
Always to the right. So we've got to keep that. 1 and. At the end, we do the very same thing. We bring our quarter note down. We cut that off. These two have to be together. So this 8th note is going to be represented by the dot. And then this has to have its beam turn into a flag and go to the right side. So we're going to have 1 and. And if I were to write what I say, it'd be 3, 1. Oh, okay, sure, right. And this
Yeah.
one, it's going to be 3.
3 and.
And over here, we would say 1 and. So in the future, when you've got to write out a rhythm, remember that the flags always go to the right.
Right.
The flags are on the right.
What if it's a down beam?
Oh, no problem. If it's a down beam, it just goes on the right.
Still on the right.
Still to the right. Everything goes to the right. All right, so now you have got a couple of questions to answer. I'm going to ask what side the flag goes on, and what does the dot represent?
So those are your 2 questions, but I have another question. Is the dot always going to add just a half a beat to a note's value?
No. Oh, a half a beat?
Yeah, will the dot,
Not
'cause
half a beat.
This is only half of a beat. Will it always mean that we just add half a beat?
It is, the rule of the dot says go back to look at this specific amount. This is worth 1. This says take half of it.
Ah,
Take half of that. So we have 1. The dot says take half of it, so we're going to add 1 plus a half.
what if, can I add a dot to a half note?
Absolutely.
So the half note gets how many beats?
2 beats,
2 beats. The dot says take half of 2
which is 1.
and add it to it.
So this note is a dotted half note worth 3 beats. So the dot is always going to say take half of what is in front of it.
Yep.
Okay? Half of what is in front. Do you know that we could actually put a dot on a rest?
Yes.
We can. We're not going to do that
You
today.
saw that in the 6/8 meter that we taught you.
But
Can it be added to a whole note?
sure.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What side does the flag go on?
Here's your one question.
What does the dot? What was that question I asked?
What, I can't remember now. You'll have to go back and listen.
My goodness, there's been too many interruptions. But we'll figure it out.
But a good one would be, what is the rule of the dot?
Take half. Alrighty,
Okay,
I think we're good.
very good. I hope you learned a lot.
And have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.